3, 2, 1.
Are we live?
We are live.
Today is March 8th of this third month of this year, right, Chris?
Yeah, man.
It's only me and you today, and Ram's in the back, so you might hear him, and then you have
Ram is in the back.
you got Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
So he brought that sound bite back because we had to scream at him because he didn't have that sound. So it's whatever. We're gonna talk about, guys. First of all, the name of this episode is best in your worst, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's different ways you can look at it. I look at it as like just when you think it's worse, it's gonna get more worse than that. Just keep besting that shit, because man, the Yankees handling these injuries, sheesh,
Worse than the Mets, man.
Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna break that down. We got a special call from Jerry Harrison Jr., which we're gonna talk to him. We still haven't even really planned that out, how that's going to come about. So you guys are kind of experiencing this with us for the first time. So is he. He just doesn't know it yet. But,
Okay.
Pinstripe strong.
Let's do it. Drop the beat now.
It is your boy, Joe's McFly, and I'm here joined by my co-host,
Chris.
And Keith is here in spirit, handling family stuff. Family is very important.
Definitely.
Pinstripe Strong Army got to take care of their own personal army as well.
Super.
So that's very important, and I'm glad that he is doing that. So it is what it is. It's going to be some days where, he can't attend because he's doing something. It's going to be me and Chris. It's going to be a day where, like, Chris...
By myself.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen Jeff already, basically use all of his PTO already. And
to let you know how important Jeff is to us, to the family, it's definitely because of that.
It's not a coincidence that every single episode that has been without Jeff has been some sound shenanigans happening, some bad things, like going on ill-timed, like audio drops.
Jeff is the glue, man.
Yeah, he's the glue. The glue that holds everything together. We got Ram in studio too, so he's the. Oh shit, Ram just got this. He got mad nervous. Ram got mad nervous right now.
Ram, why, man? You
everything
right?
Okay?
You good over there, B?
But yes, guys. So this is your first time on the podcast. First of all, thank you, and thank you for listening.
Yes. Follow us, definitely.
Yes, follow me at Joe's McFly. Follow Chris
McFly 28.
Follow Jeff at Young Guy Jeff, and also follow
Rams McFly.
Yeah, you can follow Ram
with a Z.
Ram the fireman. He helps
follow
you
Keith
when
too.
He can.
Follow Keith too.
Yes,
Keith
follow
McPherson.
Keith at Keith McPherson.
Yes.
There's an underscore in there, but you'll figure it out.
And then follow the Pinstripe Strong.
Yes.
Twitter, IG, all that good stuff. And the YouTube page, show us some love.
Yep. So you can make sure you follow us there because we'll be putting out some more like game video, Yankee video. I tried some stuff this week, so I'm just kind of delving into different stuff.
I'll definitely, I'll probably get into gaming. Most likely not, but I'll probably get into gaming.
If you guys hear some sounds in the background, just know it's the Bronx.
It's
it is
the
what
BX,
it is.
guys. It's the BX.
It's what it is.
Now, the special call, obviously.
Well, we got some news. We got news first.
Yeah, we got some news.
And before that, because we always leave this shit to the end. March 14th.
Yes.
We have JomboyMedia event at the at Billy's Bar. So make sure you guys do reserve. There's RSVP. Look on the JomboyMedia website or on Instagram and Twitter. There should be a link on there as well where you could be able to go ahead and get that.
Yes.
And RSVP. You know me. And I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Joe O-E-Z.
Joe O-E-Z. Who was it? I was talking to, just thinking about a corny joke, and I know we always get off on a tangent, but I was like, hey, why? What do you call a goose? Like, more than one goose, Chris?
Geese.
Why is it that you don't call more than one moose meese?
Exactly. What? Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. I don't know why I laughed this hard, B. Like,
oh man,
sure reminds me of the old cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh, the Mises.
Yeah, just Mises and pieces and
I really wish that the laughters.
smashing your stereo to pieces. My acapella releases.
I really
All
wish
right,
we were feeling positive and a lot of laughter from the Yankees these past few days, but no, just sadness and tears and fear.
You just don't know, Chris.
Everything negative. We knew something was up with Judge.
Mm-hmm.
It could be at the end of the day, it could be something that's not as serious.
Could be nothing.
It could be nothing. It could be, but it's a stress fracture. That's what the previous tests or the recent tests show.
Yeah.
Stress fracture of the first right rib for Judge, and Boone said that it probably happened towards the end of the season last year. September, was it? September?
Yeah, so
When he dove. And it's funny because when I saw the play that we're talking about, when I initially saw it, I was like, yeah, he didn't look right standing up there. Like what happened there? But and Joe went on a rant all over Twitter.
yeah, that shit pissed me off just because it's just there's a lot of to blames here, right? And that shit is crazy with Judge. You have to lead off with Judge because obviously Judge fucking it's crazy. And I feel like you're seeing this way too much with the Yankees. And that's why I ended up just going out on a freaking tangent, just fucking losing it, where it's like, yo, what the fuck? Why is it that it seems like, oh no, yeah, it's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
It's like, yo, that's not a problem.
At all.
And then it goes from that to, hey, you know what? He's just gonna take a couple of extra days rest. To, hey, you know what? We're gonna run a battery test. It hasn't gone away.
Battery.
Yeah, about 8 to 9 tests that we're having. We still don't know what the issue is. And yeah, just seems that it is.
You know how it feels like. It's like you walk into the room, like the office, or the medical office, the Yankees, doctors and shit like that, and it's like mad random zoo animals running all over the place, little monkeys like, swinging with syringes.
Sounds like a veterinarian.
Like it's all over the place. Like the shit is from how we are getting the information. It just seems like the Yankees or the medical doctors for the
medicals,
Yankees,
the medicals.
They just don't know what they're doing. Like they say one thing and then it's another thing, and it just sucks for Boone and Cashman because they're the one that's relaying the message. And it's like they just sound like everything is all over the place. They're mishandling a lot of injuries because Judge is not the only one.
Like, yeah, you go back Sevy, you go back then Giancarlo, you go back just a lot of things. Like I said, yo, Hicks. Kudos to Hicks coming back. Good shit. Thank you so much, Hicks. I appreciate it. I love your tenacity. You came back, even though your elbow, all of this stuff. But bruh, he came back and he has to have Tommy John surgery.
John.
You let him play like that?
He hit a home run. He hit a home run eating Tommy John.
He did. We needed that.
That man is strong.
That's crazy.
That man is strong.
So there's that portion of it. There's like, yo, it's so you kind of just want to seek answers because it's happening a lot. And then the Gary Sanchez thing, which we'll get into
Paxton,
a little bit later.
Paxton too. Apparently, it happened. Like towards the end, when he pitched.
When the
playoffs, or was it in the playoffs or towards the end of the season that he was feeling something?
Well, I guess it happened in his last start or something like that, where he felt something. That's why he ended up missing a couple, and then he did not start game 1 of the playoffs. Tanaka did. But my thing is just that, and Judge felt it in September when he dove for a ball off of Albert Pujols, and he heard a pop. And then they're giving him medications and stuff like that so that the pain could go away. So Yankees kind of knew about this too. But then he didn't go ahead and say, after the season was done or whatever, he played through the playoffs, hit that crazy home run in the playoffs, stuff like that. Fine. Why not go get a check after the playoffs?
Like,
He's like, no, it'll go away. He just didn't even communicate that shit. And then now we're in spring training, and then he's like, yo, I'm still feeling this shit. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Like,
why? Now, there's some, because I got some updates here. This is regarding Judge. Sunday will be day 2 of the 2-week shutdown for Judge, who will be re-examined around March 20th, depending on what the next test results show. Judge could be cleared to resume baseball activities right away within a few weeks or be shut down for several more weeks or months. Surgery isn't off the table, Boone said on Friday when Judge found out his spring-long shoulder pec discomfort was really an injury that occurred on a dive in right field last September 18 of 2019.
Yeah. That you hear in the back, that ambulance is probably for the Yankees. Yeah, so, and then I seen an interesting tweet, and then this was from Jerry Harrison, who we're actually going to have on in a couple, right? So Jeffrey, I guess you could call him up while I'm explaining this, but Jerry Harrison Jr. comes out because then people are saying Aaron Judge has a stress fracture in his rib, and by the way, the location of the rib is weird. I thought it was in the collarbone and things like that. I thought it was a collarbone, but it wasn't. It's the first rib. So then Jerry Harrison Jr. comes out, and should I read this while he's here? Yeah, I think I should read it.
Yeah, you can read it while you're here.
All right, so give him a call. Give him a call. We're going to
man.
give Jerry Harrison Jr. Guys, if you guys don't know who he is, all right? And I guess I'll give you guys introduction. Jeffrey, you calling him up? All right.
Bring back on while your party is.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, he's being... Yep.
What you got?
What's going on,
What's going on, Jerry?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Thanks for joining the Pinstripe Show podcast. Me and Chris.
What's going on, Jerry?
We got a live
What's going on, guys? You guys doing all right?
Yeah, we're doing good, man. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys don't know, Jerry Harrison Jr., been in major leagues, 16 seasons, won a World Series with the New York Yankees, 2009. Won't forget that. Some good shit, man. I just wanted to know because I seen an interesting tweet from you, and and I definitely wanted to thank you for coming on today. But where you said that you had a similar injury to how Judge had his injury, and I was just wondering, how you figured it out. We were thinking if Yankees handled this wrong, if Judge handled this wrong, or just what's your experience with this same similar injury that you had?
Well, I don't think anybody really handled it wrong. It's a rare injury and something doctors and really athletes really don't look at or look for.
Right.
It's just one of those things where you sometimes get an X-ray and X-rays don't show it. And you look, maybe it's a muscular issue. And you say, well, once you look at the X-ray, hey, nothing's broken, everything's fine, and then you just go back to work. And you figure rest and just your average work.
Yeah.
And then over the course of a couple of months, then it'll be okay. So it's a rare injury. Usually it's a hockey injury. Guys get crashed in the boards, or a football injury. You never think a baseball player would have this type of injury. So that's why doctors really don't look for it. And I had it in 2006. I remember when I did it. I remember late April of 2006, I was with the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to catch a ball at the wall at Wrigley. It was the ninth inning. Mike Piazza I'm dating myself now. Mike Piazza hit a ball that went into the basket, and I tried to catch the ball. I slammed hard in the brick wall, and I felt something in my back, my upper back, and I figured out, it'll go away. But it bothered me the rest of the year. Didn't really get it checked out. It really bothered me when I started in spring training. I thought that, during the off season it'll be okay. But once you start, grinding and taking swings every single day and throwing from the outfield, throwing from the infield, then it starts to really flare up again. So I think that's what Judge is experiencing now. He thought probably in the off season not doing a whole lot.
Right.
Rest would be fine. But now he's starting to get into getting ready for a season, doing mass swinging, a lot of throws in the outfield. That's probably when it flared up again, and that's why they decided to check it again. And then, obviously, we're at where we're at right now.
Yeah, man. And, I mean, what do you think is the timetable for this? Well, what's something that you went through, and I guess the recovery process of all of this for you? About how long does it usually take to – I know not everybody's the same.
I know everybody's obviously everybody's different, and I don't know. The reports that I heard is that they could see it's starting to heal on its own.
Okay.
That's what I heard. So I'll go off of that. If that's the case, I was very similar. That the doctor said it's starting to heal on its own. You cannot do anything. No lifting weights. You can't swing a bat, not even T-work.
Wow.
You cannot do any rotational stuff for at least a month. If I remember this is 06, 07. I think this is probably, the doctor told me either a month or 6 weeks that I really couldn't do any rotational stuff because it could flare the injury up again and it won't allow that rib to heal. So it's a very sensitive injury. If it's anything similar to mine, but once it healed after a month to 6 weeks, once it was fully healed, I was full go. I was ready to go, and I felt like a completely different. I'm hoping that that's the case with Aaron, where it's starting to heal on its own, and I think all he can do is ride a bike. That's all I did is just ride a bike, stay in shape that way.
Okay.
But nothing upper body strength, nothing to aggravate it, because it's a rare area in the body where blood flow is not that great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you need to let it heal, and once it's healed, it's stronger than ever. I've never had an issue after, and I've ended up playing another 4 or 5 seasons after that. So
Amazing.
He should be fine.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so, I mean, it's obviously concerning. You hear Aaron Judge and these injuries, and it just feels like so many. I don't know if you've ever seen this in your Major League career, where it just feels like a team just almost feels snake bit, where it's just another day. It's like, Severino, every guy, it just feels. Now, Gary Sanchez is dealing with a back thing now.
Sanchez,
it's just crazy.
Well, I think I did experience it. I was on the 05 Cubs, and we were just crushed with injuries. We had 2 aces that were down, Kerry Wood, Mark Pryor, and then we had our best players go down. Nomar Garcia went down for quite some time. So many guys went down injuries, so we were kind of plagued with injuries. So we weren't as deep as the Yankees are, though. I think with the Yankees, they got to understand. Listen, it's March, and you have time's on your side. Do not rush these injuries back.
Okay.
If it takes a month to 6 weeks to heal, make it 2 months. You want Aaron Judge healthy June 1st, as opposed to 80%, maybe re-aggravating it on May 10th.
That's true.
Right.
So you'd rather be safe than sorry, and allow these young guys. You guys got plenty of young guys that can kind of hold down the fort till the studs get back. And I know it's frustrating as a fan base. You want to see your stars out there. You want to see Stanton out there. You want to see Judge out there. But more importantly, you want to see those guys healthy the second half of the season.
Right. Yeah.
That's definitely. Now, Jerry, talking about stars, you guys got a bright star yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Mookie Betts.
Yes. I know he works for the Dodgers now, so Jerry Harrison Jr. works for the Dodgers. We want to thank you guys for taking him off, our hands, and really appreciate that. And we don't appreciate you taking away David Price, though, because even though he did really well, I know he had a really good outing recently.
Yeah.
But Gary Sanchez loves that guy, So
what's the energy in LA right now with David Price and Mookie Betts?
Well, it's at an all-time high because you always want to get talented star players when you can. The Dodgers have always been a team that has valued, stars. Big market teams. If it's the Yankees, the Red Sox, Cubs, Dodgers, you want to have star players, impact players. And the Dodgers feel with Mookie Betts, they got as good a right fielder as there is in all of baseball.
Yes.
And, I think he's going to sit nicely in our lineup leading off to go with Corey Seager, Max Muncy, Cody Bellinger, the reigning National League MVP. So the Dodgers are deep. They're experienced. And then the addition with David Price in our rotation, a veteran guy that knows how to pitch in the postseason, will only benefit our rotation. So we're excited.
Yeah, that's some good stuff, man. And I know you got your broadcasting career now, and you look like you have a blast on there. Every time I see you on there, you look like you're having a lot of fun. I know that when I met you, I think it was Old Timers game in Yankee Stadium, and you came to like one of the suites that we were in. We were just hanging out in there. You came through. You were real cool, real humble guy, man. So I really do appreciate you coming on today, just talking about what's going on and your experience with this kind of injury and with the Yankees and everything like that.
No problem, guys. Anytime. Love what you guys do. You guys are entertaining, and continue doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Yeah, maybe one of these days you can show me that 2009 World Series ring. I'd love to see that.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much, Joe.
All right.
Take care.
All right,
Bye.
Awesome.
All right, so you guys heard it, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, so on the Pinstripe Show podcast, guest on here, you know, and so we definitely thank Jerry for that. Hopefully, you get to see that ring.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, so
No, but it's true. It's true what he said. He said that the Yankees, you know, they're prepped. They're basically ready for these
place
type
for
of things.
28. Like,
Right. I mean, we don't
Keith
obviously
says.
we don't want the big guys, the big boppers to go down, but we know that we got the guys to back them up to hold us off for these next, you know, for the first few games, the first few series. So.
I was gonna say, watching this live is funny because it's like you guys like, all right, here we got Jerry Harrison Jr. and you guys can hear him. I don't.
Yeah, so Ram doesn't have headsets on, so he's just kind of like,
You guys laughing. I'm like smiling, like just trying to figure out
so
what's
what's he
going on.
saying?
I did tell you to get the headphones.
Yeah, he did tell you to get the headphones.
No, but that was awesome. Unfortunately, we had some more injury updates, but anything from the conversation that you want to?
I mean, the good thing to take away from it is that he said after it's good, it's not something that lingers.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
You can't really do anything. So that's probably why, even though Judge injured it in September, that's why he still probably did not fully recover from it, because you're supposed to just not do shit, right? You can't do anything while you're trying to recover from this. And then once it recovers, they say that it's healing, which I guess if it's healing, then it's leaning more toward it healing by itself rather than, the whole surgery thing, which is the worst case scenario.
That's the worst case. But I just wish Judge would have spoken up sooner.
Which Judge, but he says that it's not something that you really know. Remember, he said he played basically a whole season.
Yeah, he did say that it's basically
and
an
he's
injury.
like, yo, what the hell's going on? Like, he's still feeling it.
He said, well, Jerry said it's basically an injury you normally get in during hockey, like something
or
like
football
that.
or something like that. They don't really think about baseball.
Right. So, I mean, it definitely sucks.
So, yeah, I mean, Christian had a question in there, too, and
Talk about Mookie.
yeah, he talked about Mookie, so we had to thank him for taking, for them taking away Mookie, and they're pretty excited about that.
I did want to ask because they still haven't talked about the punishment for the Red Sox or if there is going to be one, like how, because the Red Sox and the Dodgers faced each other in 2018, right?
Okay.
So that's the year that they say that. I was going to ask him. I'm like, nah, let me just hold back on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk like the
I don't want to talk
stuff
about
and stuff like
exactly.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about,
Exactly.
not be worrying about that.
That's
stuff,
why. That's
so.
why. Let me just hold it. Now the guy.
Hold it back.
Now the guy that I shut up, Rap. Now the guy that I
I'm going to tell him to connect his mic just in case he says something.
I brought this guy's name back. I think in the previous episode we're talking about Chad Bettis because the Yankees signed him to a minor league deal. But we didn't really hear anything. So he signed to a minor league deal before the start of spring training. Bettis recently resumed the throwing program after being shut down early in spring.
Yeah. Oh, so he got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. We didn't even know. He threw a couple bullpens before his back started to hurt. Bettis eventually will be reassigned to AAA and could pitch his way into being a call-up candidate during the season. Another guy that we didn't know, Ben Heller.
Give him Heller.
And the injury with Bettis was a sore back, and Heller also a sore back, so that's popular around these days. Heller threw a bullpen on Friday and should be ready to go in a spring game in the next day or two. Boone said, and this was on Saturday.
Boone said.
Boone said.
On the next segment of Boone said.
Boone said. Hicks, who earlier this spring said he's feeling great, has been rehabbing daily and hopes to be cleared to resume throwing within a few weeks. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome. We obviously talked about Judge. Paxton has been exercising with a medicine ball to strengthen the back muscles and hopes to begin a throwing program early this week. And obviously this gentleman we're going to get into right now, Sanchez. Sanchez has been sore this spring, and his back issue got worse on Saturday, the day after he caught back-to-back games.
Right.
For the first time this spring. Sanchez said he was feeling better Sunday, but he's not scheduled to play at least on Tuesday.
Bunch of back issues.
Now, I did see something that I think it was a tweet or I read it somewhere, but you think the new stance maybe because he's not used to?
Well, they said that they could attribute it to that. At this point, I don't know, Chris. I mean, it's just like, it's just like, okay, well, there's next man up. There's a lot of things. There's next man up, next man hurt.
Next man hurt.
Replaced for 28. It's crazy right now, bro. It's like everybody, it's like the same thing. It's fucking Groundhog Day. It's the same shit. It's like, yo, what are we doing? It's that's I don't know. So
it's funny because I was sure that the Yankees were going to rely on Sanchez as the power. You know what I mean?
Pillars.
Right, the pillars. And then it's like, oh, wait, me too. like I'm hurt too. It's like, oh, man. I mean, yeah, me too. No, but it just sucks, man. It just sucks because we've been saying we want to see a whole, at least Sanchez to play 150-something games, man. Like,
I would like to see him do that just to see. I mean, he's a catcher. He's not going to play 150-something games. Like, he's not Yogi Berra from back in the day where they used to play without a mask on, catching the freaking 90-something mile per hour fastballs with his bare hand and shit, and fucking run. No cleats, running down barefoot to first base. Like,
are you describing the Flintstones, nigga? like how far back you talking about?
They're throwing rocks and shit.
Like, what are you doing? The umpire's a dinosaur?
That's exactly how it is.
So stupid. Now, Stanton, he was all over the voicemail episode with all these questions. Stanton resumed throwing and hitting tee and toss on Saturday. He also continued to run on an anti-gravity treadmill.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, by the way, on the voicemail episode. Like, there was a lot of laughs, just a lot of feelings and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. We're gonna have another voicemail episode because you guys have been great. Left a whole bunch of voicemails. So that is that's awesome.
As soon as the Judge news came out, he just kept racking up like so many voicemails. So that was pretty awesome.
Exactly. So again, for the voicemail line, in case you guys want to come out and say something like,
"What's going on with all these fucking injuries? It's getting a little bit ridiculous." Oh, fuck this fucking phone.
Because that will never not be funny. What's going on with these fucking injuries, man? That's basically the sentiment. But voicemail line 347-389-4898. So make sure you guys leave it on there. We'll wait for Keith, and we'll do that sometime early in the week. But
I really wish that guy calls back.
Yeah. I want to hear the end of it.
Call back, please.
Yeah, please call back.
Yeah, I'm very curious for part 2.
Appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate that.
The sequel.
I hope so.
The sequel.
The sequel. Yeah. So we're gonna do that. Probably record that by maybe Wednesday-ish.
Yeah, we could do Wednesday or
I hope so.
So probably by then, and then we'll just go ahead and so leave your voicemails till then. If you guys haven't left a 5-star review, make sure you do. Right?
Do.
The Gary Sanchez injury sucks. I know that. Just talking about that. I hope it's okay. And the problem that I'm having with these injuries is the same kind of thing, right? Boone comes out. Hey, Gary. Hey, well, why didn't Gary play today? Oh, no, we're just giving him a thing. He just has a little back thing. Just kind of tweaked his back. Playing 2 days in a row. We want to give him a rest day. Oh, okay. Media comes back the next day. Hey, Gary, how's he doing? Yeah, well, we're going to give him, he's probably going to be in the lineup on Monday. We're just going to give him another day off, and he'll be in the lineup on Monday, and good to go. No problem.
I think we need to move Lonzo. That ain't no problem. Huh? That ain't no problem.
No problem at all. No problem.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all. Come back today. Then we have another report and then this one is from Christy, accurate from the Daily News, and she says Gary Sanchez looking to play possibly on Friday. Okay, so now we're going from right. you get like the little like how it's going. Okay, so then now it's Friday, and then Baron Boone comes out. Yeah, but we're shooting for Tuesday. Okay, so now. All right, so we're shooting for Tuesday. All right, so that's basically what we're doing. So you're trying to connect the dots. You're trying to figure it all out.
Right.
And then before you know it, it's like, oh yeah, it's 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, it's like, yo, what the fuck?
And it's true what you were saying on your rant. Is like the players, they're basically not going to trust the medical staff.
It's going to get to the point where the medical, they're going to be like, all right. The doctor's like, hey man, I strongly suggest that you don't do anything. Oh, you do? Okay. All right.
Right.
Sure, buddy. I'll just keep playing. I'll just keep playing. I don't know. Sure. This might do what? Oh, tear my ACL? Sure it will. And then don't trust them. And then eventually, now you don't want that.
Out for the season.
Yeah, you don't want that shit.
No, you don't want that. But it's just
You don't want that. Every time I think about that shit, I just think about, I hate that shit, Chris. I hate that. I hate that shit, by the way.
See that?
My little cake.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Just fucking slap your hand and that shit falls on the fucking floor, bro. That shit
Whoever doesn't know what you don't want that is.
And you don't want that.
When you have like the last piece of your sandwich or your bacon, egg, and cheese, and then somebody just slaps it out your hand.
That's just God right there. Like,
And
oh shit, we got Aaron Judge, nice and healthy. You don't want that? Bah! It just falls on the floor.
You don't want that. You don't want that. That's cause for a fight for sure.
Yeah, you start fighting right away.
You're definitely gonna get snuff if you if you do that. Snuff means punched.
Yes. Got to do, you guys, Urban Dictionary on here, basically. You should download the Urban Dictionary if you're going to listen to a podcast as well. Oh, I freaking forgot to say, guys, we're seriously serious about not taking things too serious, except, these injuries are pretty serious, but, we're seriously serious about not taking it too serious, so.
Seriously, not serious.
Seriously.
Not serious.
What?
Seriously serious about not taking it too serious.
Seriously, seriously, not serious.
All right, whatever. Well, you guys get you get
seriously serious about not being too serious.
So yeah, I mean, everything feels like it follows that same trend where it starts as not a big deal to, you know what, he's still hurting, to, we're just gonna send him for some tests.
Some more tests.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is the diagnosis. That's how I started with Judge. On a day-to-day thing, he'll be in a spring training game next week. To this day, at this point, bro, just tell me right now. We're just trying to figure it out. We'll see him next week. Like, don't worry, we'll let you guys know what's going on.
By the end of the week, he'll be ready for the 2022 season.
Yeah, it's like,
But you know what's crazy? Like when I had,
knock on wood.
When I was having pain on my hip, I didn't know it was my hip. The whole time I thought it was my freaking groin, because I was feeling the pain mostly in the groin. And then when it got the MRI, it was like, oh yeah, you got some, you got something pinching your nerve on your hip. I'm like, oh shit, really? It was my hip the whole time? So like, cause I know that sometimes when they're diagnosing shit, it's like, oh yeah, it's his shoulder. And the next thing you know, oh nah, it's his knee or whatever it is. Like it's something else that where the pain is coming from.
The neck bone connected to the leg bone. The leg bone connected to the chest bone. Chest bone? What the hell is that? Just to creating shit, making shit up.
What the fuck is that? No, but it's crazy when it comes to these injuries, man. You never know. That's why I guess they send them for all these different tests. Sometimes they don't find anything because it's meant for one thing, and then when they do some other shit, it does take longer than what you want.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would have been better if Judge and Sevy and Paxton and freaking Stanton, all these other guys had shit, got shit done last year, but this is how the cookie crumbles. But it's like, again, it's true what Jerry said. You want Judge 100% in June as opposed to 80%, in freaking, April and then getting hurt again. So,
and as a great man once said, it's not what you want. So,
Girardi.
and we did face Girardi this week, so that's good. And spring training, guys. We got some spring training stats for the Yankees.
I mean, Tanaka's been killing it. He killed it again today.
Yes.
Frazier's doing his thing.
Higashioka had 2 freaking homers this week.
Yes, he did. Schmidt, he's getting a little slapped here and there, but, he's holding it down. Davey as well. I think Davey allowed 1 run. Well, 2 runs and 1 was unearned, I think it was, or both.
Yeah.
Something like that. So Davey, he started the game. I think it was yesterday. Florio, obviously, showing out as well.
I mean, in the pitching department, Tanaka's looking really good. Had another scoreless outing today. Looked awesome so far. So
Loizaga.
Loizaga, he had an outing the other day where he wishes that he had that. Yesterday. He wishes that he had that pitch back where I think he threw it to John Ryan Murphy, and he hit it out. It was like, but he was working on a change-up kind of thing. Yeah. Some people want him as a starter. Some people want him as a reliever.
Keep him in the bullpen.
You want him as a reliever. I want him as a reliever too.
Keep that man in the bullpen. It was 2 earned runs, 1 home run, 2 Ks, 2 hits. But he's been killing it. He's been killing it. A lot of the times, especially in spring, these guys are just trying. Like when Cole got smacked around,
and he did get smacked.
Yeah, when Cole got smacked around,
that was a day where everybody came to the park to get smacked. Okay. I mean, Cole got smacked. He had, and then some people were taking it like real serious. Like we
were joking around. Like the Twitter, at least the people that the people that are in the know, obviously, that that not going to take shit too serious.
Like, why are we taking this shit so serious?
Right.
This is the time to be seriously serious about not taking it too serious.
Right. It was 6 earned runs, 4 homers. I mean, I put out a tweet. I said, just send him to AAA. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to make the team, Chris.
Yeah, probably not.
Shit, Garrett Cole.
Montgomery got smacked too that day.
Yeah, Monty got smacked. He gave up 5 runs.
It was 9 homers.
It was. I mean, the wind was going out, but I mean, there was some hanging shit. But Cole was working on some stuff, and that's what happens in spring training. They're usually working on stuff, like they're working on things to get ready for the season. That's what spring training's for. So, like, guys, number one, obviously, if you guys don't know anything, number one is health. Okay, that's when it comes to spring training. Number one is health. That is at the top of the list. Exactly. Is health. Number 2 is going to be working on what you need to work to get your work in, bro.
Right.
To get ready for the regular season, because these spring training stats wipe clean come opening day. Exactly. None of this shit counts.
This is
a la Greg Bird.
Right.
All right.
This is where you want to try new shit. Like, I want to get the feel back from my changeup, my curve. I want to try this new pitch or whatever. If this guy want to add a splitter, that's fine. I know Loaizaga just added what was a changeup?
He was playing with the changeup.
Yeah. So I mean,
trying to get the feel for it. You know what I mean?
The feel for it, man. And listen, if you give Loaizaga a breaking pitch like the changeup, I don't know why you
off speed
pitch. If you want that guy there, like so it could go with his fastball, to throw the batters off with his fastball. Hey, listen, man,
make it play up. Why not? He struck a guy out on that. It looked really good, and
exactly.
So that to me is like pretty good that he's working on that, and I like that. I like that you're at least working on stuff, trying to do certain things, right? Rather than staying in your comfort zone, just working on the same exact things over and over again. Tanaka's adamant that the ball's different this year.
Okay.
So that's why he's like just shutting shit down. Is it mental? Is it not? I don't know. But as long as Tanaka believes it, I'm happy about it. Hap's not playing around. He's still the ace, obviously. He's leading the staff here.
Hap is the ace.
Yeah, I mean, he's only...
Hap is the ace.
And I know we don't worry about results. And the list that I was saying was, so number 1 was obviously being healthy. Number 2, getting your work in. Number 3, it's going to be... you basically all the way down the list, it's freaking Siri. All the way down the list, that is where you worry. If you want to take bad results, don't really matter.
Right.
You could kind of throw them out the window, kind of chuck it up to, whatever. Just working on stuff. Or good results, you could take them, but everything kind of goes back to the number 1 thing, which is staying healthy.
Exactly.
If you're not healthy, then none of this shit matters. It's like...
Yeah, you can shut it down right now in spring training, but if you're not all there, then...
And the Yankees just got to stay healthy. Bro, Herrera's still looking good.
Yeah, I think he's on the team. I think he's in there.
I think Tyler Wade's done. And not done in the sense of... I'm just saying for this spring training, like...
Every update I saw in these past few games...
Well, how do we get him on the 40-man roster, though? But I guess you figure it out.
Yeah,
to be honest,
somebody's gonna get DFA'd.
I mean,
you can't let that. The way that he's been going in spring training, you can't let that man go.
27 years old.
Yeah, you probably go to like freaking Tampa and start for them and kill it.
I know you don't want that.
You don't want that.
Don't want that. Well, what's he doing? Let me see what's he doing. Let's look at his spring numbers this year. Played 9 games, 21 at bats, 10 hits. I mean, I'm not a math whiz, but that's around 500. That's 476 average, 500 on base percentage. Not walking that much. If you got a 476 average and a 500 on base percentage, but it doesn't matter at that point. What the fuck? You just, you're hitting.
And I know we just said that the most important thing is health, but
for people fighting for a job,
you want that.
I mean, he's got a 1200 OPS. He's Trout.
The Herrera Error.
The Herrera Error, guys. The Herrera
The
Error.
Herrera Error.
I mean, if we're gonna, what's Tyler? Come on, Tyler. Wait, show me something. What you doing out here?
Boy, in a way.
It's getting
Yeah.
it's getting late early.
Listen, I
Oh,
like
shit.
I really like Wade B, but goddamn, man,
Oh, 80?
Jesus,
He's on the I-80.
you don't want that.
He's on the interstate right now.
Boy, I know. I don't know. Like,
Shit.
It's what it is.
yeah, it's what
It's what it is.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, it's what it is.
Yeah. Miguel Yajuri was designated to Double A.
Yeah.
Along with the catcher that we haven't heard who he is, but apparently he was in camp and they designated him. Like a guy that showed up off the parking lot, like, hey, you, we're sending you to Double A.
Oh, all right.
It's
like
like a fan that just came one day, like just ready.
I just came to watch the game, man.
He just
Not on your team.
said, wait a minute. I bought these tickets, but okay.
Do I get my money back? Like,
Get my money back.
no, man.
Just get out of here, man.
No, but that's cool. I mean, like, listen, I like Wade. I always envision him like, leading off and just going crazy, stealing base and all that stuff. But it's not happening for him. But it's happening to
Right.
or it's happening for Herrera. So hopefully,
It just seems like every time Wade's like, hey, man, you're shooting for this kind of, there's an open for you. So another guy just comes off and just be like, excuse me, sir, I am this year's reclamation project reporting for duty.
the guy said,
He said, yo, right here. You gotta look at the eyes, not the noses. All right?
"Hey,
Yo,
look
make
at
sure
me,
you
look at me.
Look at me.
I'm the captain now."
The captain.
That's what he did. And
Forget Urshela did that shit last year. Like, oh man, when Andujar got hurt last year, I could already imagine like a coach running in there into the locker room in AAA, like, hey guys, oh my God, somebody's gonna have to come up, man, and actually do it, guys. And George, and then you see Wade like, all right, well, start packing his bag. Like, he says, Urshela, yeah, we're gonna need you to come up. He's like,
he sits down,
just sits down like,
looks around. Hopefully nobody saw him.
yeah, well, one time. It will be my time.
It will be my time.
Just has Tyler Wade looks, he looks kind of like a big leaguer too, man. He's
It just
got
sucks.
the look, got the perfect hair, got the,
Yeah, man, it just sucks, babe.
yeah, I mean, hung out, I was telling Jake, John Boy, he went on their podcast. I'm like, yo, man, you guys jinxed them, bro. You guys jinxed them, bro. Like,
Yeah, what did he do after that home run? Like the back-to-back home run with Frazier. What has he done since that home run?
no, ever since then, it's just been it's been quiet. And then
That sucks, babe.
Higashioka for a little bit, he got interviewed by them, and it was like,
Higgy, can't you
bro, they
see?
both have good things. There's Wade's World, part of time, excellent. Woo, 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 woo.
And then
I can't be doing that in AAA, B. Come on, man. You gotta get up to. Come on, man. This shit is so perfect. I need you up here. I need you.
you got people in the stands dressed up like Wayne's,
Maybe I don't know how. I mean, that movie's pretty old, right? I don't know.
Doesn't
If they,
matter. That's fine.
Hey, man, come on.
There's 30-year-olds, us, and 40-year-olds.
yeah, those are the ones that can buy the tickets too. Right?
Yeah, but it's like just like Mike Myers and
I'm not dressing up like mine.
They got sent to McDonald's across the street.
it's always the guys that we have like a theme song for, like Gittins.
Yeah. Oh shit. Gittins.
What happened
Yo,
to Gittins, B? Like
He got. You say Rap said who? Who the hell said that?
Gittins. The Git got. Gittins got.
Who was it? I think Jake said, he put out a tweet and he said, "You're not gonna fool me this time, Chris Carter. I know who you are. I see you, Chris Carter."
Yeah, he does have the Chris Carter. He does have the Chris Carter build.
He's striking out like crazy.
out,
He had a bases
like-
loaded situation, struck out like that shit was crazy.
Horrible, man.
Andujar looking good in the outfield.
Yeah, there was that tweet that you put out that the most difficult play is the one when it's coming right at you.
Yeah, the most difficult play for a outfielder to judge is a line drive coming right at him. Um,
And Andujar.
yeah.
He was just smooth out there, B.
Yeah, as my boy Rams can attest, one time when we were in high school, had a line drive. He looked at it, we were playing against G-Dubs, I think. Had a line drive, go to him, and then how was it that you got that bug stuck in your eye?
George Washington High School.
Yeah. After caught the fly ball, running back into the.
Yeah, you see.
You see?
Fly mine.
Gotta.
You got to fly on the fly.
Rams McFly with the fly in the eye. Rams McFly with the fly in the eye.
Oh, that's a good one. Put that shit on a T-shirt.
It's Ram running, like it's an animated Ram running, and there's a fly
Going in this direction.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't know if we do got time for like voicemails and stuff. How much time we got, Jeff? 45?
You want to do at least like one or two?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's been 45 minutes.
Yeah, man.
Time flies when you in here, man.
Time flies with Ram McFly.
Time flies when you with the McFlies. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Copyright, please.
Real.
After that, you just see Marty McFly jump in.
Oh, you saw that picture that I put with Michael J. Fox and
Oh, yeah, I see that shit.
Yeah, with the dog. That shit is fire, B.
You see the professor come in and like, hey, Jake, got the DeLorean outside. Hey, Joe, you got to make that T-shirt, man. I just came from the future. You and your son are making millions. You need to make that T-shirt. You thought about it. You almost didn't do it.
My head hurt.
Doc, what are you talking about?
He's like, Joe, you got to make that.
Gotta need that. All right, so what are we going to do, man? Just 1.21 gigawatts. 1.21 gigawatts.
Whoever hasn't watched, go watch Back to the Future, please.
If you haven't seen it, like,
yeah, wait.
Hello, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't care
What
if
are
you're
you
15, 16. You better go watch that. It's one of those.
He comes in.
It's one of those classics.
Like, yo, bro, how you got past the door, man? It's like, I seen your future, Joe. You have to make that.
Oh my God, my head hurt.
Time flies by when you're with the McFlies. No. Oh shit, I forgot how. I might have to rewatch this shit again.
Time flies.
Time
flies with the McFlies, something like that.
Time flies with the
McFlies. It sounds like that.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to listen to this shit again.
Jeff, you got the voice?
Jeff, please. Yes. All right, let's listen to a voicemail. There's one of them. I mean, there's some pretty good ones in there. We'll listen to two, and then we'll leave the rest for the voicemail episode. 347-389-4898
This
for
looks
futures.
like a good job for me. So everybody,
You got it, Chris? You got it, Jeff? There's one on Tuesday that was left at 9:17 p.m.
Feels
Do you
so
see it?
empty without me.
It's on Tuesday.
Jeff just woke up. He's like, oh, what happened?
Yo, let me go brush my teeth real quick. I'll be back.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, we got the VM right there real quick.
So everybody, come follow me.
All right.
So empty without me.
Hey, Joe. I'm Anthony. I'm a big fan of yours. And what's your thoughts about the Judge and Stanton's injuries? Because I'm honestly disappointed and sad for them because I expected them to have a really good rebound year, especially Stanton after he only played 18 games last season. So, yeah, I just wanted to your thoughts on Hill. And are you scared for them if they're going to be, like, injury prone, which I hope they aren't because they're really good pieces to the team. All right, Joe. Peace out. Take care.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Guys, make sure you guys leave your name, man, so we can give you guys props, you know what I mean? Like, so leave a name, stuff like that, but thank you so much. And that wasn't the voicemail that we put, but I mean Jeff played it, so thank you. Right, well, that's not the one that I told him. Okay, good. So, what do you think? What do you think about the injury?
It sucks, big.
It does.
You come into the season, you sign Cole, you envision your lineup, you envision your bullpen, you envision your starting rotation, and it's like, man, we like the juggernaut of this shit. You know what I mean? Like Em says, but it's it sucks when you see people going down, especially Stanton, your Judge. Those are the two, they remind me of obviously Manny David 03, 04, right? Like you have those two guys. It's crazy, but
you want to have them like back to back in the lineup and stuff like that. I feel like
wanna
we haven't
do
seen
that.
it enough.
You want to do that, and we envisioned that, especially from the home run derby. Remember they were standing side by side? They're like, yo, you imagine Stanton and Judge in the same
it's
fucking
just crazy.
team.
And then
B?
Gary was like,
And then Gary was there, right? And then you're like, damn, man, you imagine these guys? And then literally the next season it happened, but we haven't seen that. We haven't been able to see that because in 2018, Judge was hurt. Even when
Carlo played,
and then 2019, Stan is hurt, and then Judge is out there, but then he gets hurt too, and it's like, come on, man, like
it shit sucks.
What can you do? Just hopefully they get better, they get healthier, and not doing anything crazy like bench pressing models and all that shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep saying it. Stretch, stretch, man, stretch.
I mean, you guys heard you heard Jerry Harrison earlier. I mean, he kind of, to be honest, just hearing him speak about it kind of like made me chill a little bit more about it, just because he's saying, you know what, it's not something that, because it's healing kind of reminds your mind. Everybody heals a little bit different and all of that stuff. But he kind of put it like, you know what? Once he comes back from this, it's not something that's going to linger. It's not something that, you kind of like hearing that.
He said it. He said he was able to play 3-4 more years even after that. So
yeah, so it's Jerry Harrison Jr., guys. I mean, he's
champion.
World Series champion, man.
Come on.
All right? You call him broadcaster. You could call him, major leaguer. It's one name that nobody can ever take away from him, and that is champion.
World champion.
All right? That's good.
So last time the Yankees were in the World Series, Jerry Harrison was there.
He was on the field when they clinched.
On the field.
When that ground ball went to
Cano,
and then Cano to Teixeira.
And then Teixeira raised his
hands.
And
then everybody to A-Rod. Basically, he was on the field that day. He's playing the outfield.
He was there with CeCe. He was there with Matsui.
Yeah, so I mean, it's some
Swisher,
some good shit, man. And yeah, but I think we'll only do that voicemail, and then we'll do another one next week, Jeff. Or this week coming up, we'll do another voicemail with Keith, and we're gonna go ahead and break that down.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for all your support, people that were listening, people that are on the live right now. Thanks to Jerry Harrison Jr., who joined us earlier and talked us off the ledge a little bit. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, Chris,
thank you for Pinstripe Strong Army for hanging with us here,
and for Ram
on the
coming
stream,
through.
For Ram coming through. That's basically it. Music.
Oh, you ain't got no Chris picks?
No Chris picks today.
You got nothing?
You know.
Got nothing?
I've been listening to a lot of R&B recently, but and
this guy's in love.
Now you know what I've been doing. I've been listening to like old albums. I was talking to Jeff, and I'm like, yo, and like it's crazy how there's some hot albums that came out years ago, and then we
should just spit
stop listening, B, like
that Eminem bar that kind of made you think like, yo, that's crazy.
Which one?
And just kind of leave him with that.
Which one? Oh, the
yeah.
You're talking about that.
He said, what?
No, I got you.
What'd you say?
M said, I have to be stomped by 40 men to suffer a defeat.
Think about that for a second. We're not going to break it down for you because this isn't a math pod right now. But think about that. Rewind that a couple of times and listen to it. Say it again. We'll say it one more time for them.
I have to be stomped by 40 men to suffer a defeat. I have to be stomped by 40 men to suffer a defeat.
All right. So that's just basically what it is. That's fire. That's fire right there. It's flame of the streets.
That's flavor.
That's a good shit. But follow me at Joe's McFly on IG and Twitter. Follow Chris
McFly 28.
Follow Jeff.
The Young God.
My name is Jeff.
Yes. Jeff. At Young God Jeff. You can follow Ram at Rams McFly and on Instagram and Twitter, I believe. I don't even know how active that is. And follow Keith at Keith McPherson. Who's the man. And guys, like I always say, all right, make sure you guys keep your pinstripes on and stay pinstripe strong. And let's go Yankees. Tell them, Noah.
Fade to black.
Rest in peace.
All right, good. Thank you guys all for joining us live.
Thank you, Pinstripe Strong Army.
Appreciate you guys.
See you for the voicemail episode.
Yeah, voicemail episode coming later on this week. All right, y'all.
Peace.